Welcome to Red Moon Anime. Today we're covering Solo Leveling Season 2, Episode 11, where the Queen Ant's strongest child unleashes chaos, top hunters struggle to survive, and Jinwoo finally takes action. Let's dive in. The episode opens with a dramatic scene on Jeju Island, where the Queen Ant's strongest offspring relentlessly slaughters a group of skilled hunters. The tension escalates as their bodies fall one by one, the child's terrifying power evident in every strike. Meanwhile, Dongwook is engaged in a fierce battle with a horde of ants, each one seeming more formidable than the last. He observes that these creatures possess strength comparable to S-rank hunters, an alarming revelation that heightens the urgency of their situation. Despite this, Hae-in, Baek, and Byung-gu rise to the challenge, working together to take down a significant number of the ants, showcasing their exceptional combat skills. Baek, utilizing his unique powers, focuses on locating the Queen Ant's hidden lair. Through his abilities, he uncovers the whereabouts of the Queen, but he also learns of the formidable guards she has stationed around her. Undeterred, Baek confidently asserts that they still have a chance to defeat the Queen and her guards. He insists that they are strong enough to succeed, bolstering the morale of his allies. With this determination in mind, Baek takes the lead, guiding the group toward the Queen's location, ready for the impending confrontation. Meanwhile, as Ippei crouches down to examine the remains of an ant, his eyes fall upon something unusual. Tatsumi's glasses, lying discarded nearby. His brow furrows in confusion as he wonders how they ended up there, a sense of unease creeping over him. Just as he begins to ponder the situation further, a sudden and unsettling disturbance cuts through the air. Kei, staggering back in distress, suddenly vomits. His face twists in disgust as he weakly mutters about a foul, unbearable stench filling his nostrils. Without warning, panic sets in, and Kei's voice rises in a horrified scream. In an instinctive reaction, he unleashes his ice abilities, his aura freezing the air around him and sending a chilling gust that swirls through the area. Meanwhile, in the town, Kanai and Atsushi are facing their own crisis. They've encountered a relentless swarm of ants that seems to have descended upon the area, their numbers overwhelming. Elsewhere, Baek's group is caught in a brutal and intense clash with the Queen Ant's forces. The battle rages on, their bodies and spirits pushed to their limits as they fight for survival. Amidst the chaos, the sound of the skirmish is almost deafening, a cacophony of clashing metal and the screeches of monstrous ants. Then, in the midst of the battle, a critical message is delivered. Baek's group's fight against the Queen's forces is being broadcast live to a staggering 80% of Japan's population. The entire country is watching, captivated by the unfolding drama, as the tide of the battle shifts. With strategic precision, Baek and his team manage to break through the Queen's forces, pushing them back and securing a hard-earned victory. With the remaining ant warriors out of the way, they now turn their attention to the ultimate prize, the Queen Ant herself. Baek, alongside his comrades, works in unison, holding the Queen down, using all their strength and skills to keep her restrained. The air is thick with tension as Hae-in steps forward, her eyes locked onto the monstrous creature. With a single, swift motion, she raises her weapon high and brings it down with unrelenting force, beheading the Queen Ant in a moment of savage triumph. After the hunters celebrate their hard-won victory, a sudden, urgent message disrupts their moment of relief. The ants are returning to their nest. Panic sets in as the group realizes that the battle isn't over yet. The situation becomes even more dire when the ants break through Choi's once-thought impenetrable barrier, a feat that catches Hae-in, Baek, and the others completely off guard. Just when they believe they've finally overcome the threat, the queen ant's strongest offspring emerges from the depths, its terrifying presence casting a dark shadow over the group. With chilling calmness, it makes its way toward the queen's lifeless body. In an act of gruesome dominance, the child devours the queen without hesitation, signaling that the real danger is only just beginning. The monstrous child then shifts its focus to the hunters, and one by one, it begins to overpower them with relentless precision. Hei-in, Beck, and the others fight back with everything they have, but their strength isn't enough to match the child's sheer power and brutal tactics. As the group is gradually picked off, Dongwook steps up, determined to protect his comrades at all costs. He engages the child in a desperate battle, fighting with all his might. During the struggle, Dongwook reveals that Byung-gu is helping them by healing their wounds, offering a brief glimmer of hope that they might still have a chance. But the child proves to be an overwhelming force. With each blow, it becomes clear that the hunters are no match for it. Dongwook is struck down with brutal force, left severely injured and unable to continue the fight. In a devastating twist, the child turns its fury on Byung-gu, who had been their last hope for survival. With a savage strike, the child kills Byung-gu, ending their only source of healing and leaving the group with no means to recover. The hunters, now broken and defeated, are left in despair, the loss of Byung-gu marking a grim turning point in their battle for survival. Goto reports his progress on Jeju Island to Chairman Matsumoto, providing an update on the situation. He informs Matsumoto that the opposing group's chances of victory are exceedingly slim, offering a sense of optimism. Matsumoto, however, finds this news even more encouraging, as it means their country will gain immense glory by successfully conquering an S-rank gate, a significant achievement in the eyes of their nation. In response to this development, Matsumoto swiftly gives the order for his hunters to withdraw, instructing them to regroup with the second strike force waiting in the fleet. As this plan begins to take shape, the unexpected arrival of the queen ant's strongest child turns the tide, and the creature ruthlessly kills Ishida, shocking everyone in the vicinity. Seeing the gravity of the situation, Goto swiftly instructs his other ally to head toward the sea, where Bravo is waiting, in preparation for the next phase of their plan. Without hesitation, Goto's ally departs, setting the stage for the next step in their complex operation. Goto, standing before the child, declares that he is everyone's king, confident in his authority and power. However, to his surprise, the child suddenly releases a wave of magic power, identical to the aura Jinwoo emits. Without warning, the child launches an attack on Goto, catching him off guard. Meanwhile, Baek and his group are under increasing pressure as a swarm of vicious ants advances toward them. Choi, determined to protect them, uses his fire powers to push back the oncoming horde. Yet, despite his best efforts, he begins to feel his strength waning, unable to hold them off much longer. The situation grows more dire with each passing second. Just as it seems that Baek's group is about to be overwhelmed, Jinwoo's shadow soldiers materialize out of nowhere. These formidable beings spring into action, holding the ants back with their relentless strength, buying Baek and his team the time they desperately need. The scene cuts to Jinwoo, who is standing calmly on a rooftop, observing the battlefield from above. His expression is unreadable, and he calmly utters a single word: exchange. The screen fades to black, leaving a sense of anticipation for what's to come. And that's a wrap on Solo Leveling Season 2, Episode 11. If you loved the breakdown, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and share with your friends. Let's spread the anime love. We've got tons of awesome content right here on Red Moon Anime, so be sure to check out our other videos for even more epic recaps and deep dives. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.